mess it up? I messed it up. There we go. Let's try it again. Well, good Sunday afternoon, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I've got something special. It's funny because Eastside Herald is first one in here. Why is it it's always the trolls that are the first ones that are here? But let me get this party started off right.
Fuck them birds. Fly, Eagles, fly. Now we shoot those birds out of the sky. Stupid dumbasses managed to give up a 3rd and 30 to my sexy arm. Pathetic defense and team. No wonder I own those piece of shit frauds every damn year. Don't get me started on the fans. You boo me while I earned a respected award. Losing the Super Bowl was just karma for you fuckheads. I can't wait to drop 100 on your heads next season while being the daddy of the NFC East again.
There you go, Angelica. Angelica, there you go. I know you've been asking for that. I know you've been asking about the red brick house. We're getting your fixes on right now. So we are here a week and a half away from training camp starting out, and I've got, everybody's jumping in early. Everybody's getting excited right about now. So let me, without further ado, let everybody up into the house. How's everybody doing today?
What's up, Mark?
How's it going?
It is going.
How's it going, Mark?
It's going great here. If I can just get this camera right. Okay. It's going great. I'm going to have to adjust the camera just a little bit here. Everybody say hello real quick. Oh, man, game time's even in here early.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Cowboys Nation.
A little bit here. Boom.
So I guess we out the D-Hop deal because he went to the Titans.
Dumbass.
How many years did the Titans give him?
2 years.
Oh, okay. Nothing very long then.
That saga's finally over with.
I knew he wasn't going to New England. No way. I knew he wasn't going to New England from the jump because, got to put it's basic common sense. Put two and two together. Why would you want to go? Why would you want to go to New England where you're going to see the guy who ran you out of Houston? You're going to see him again in Boston. No.
Better yet, after all the ballyhoo, is that still a term now? The ballyhoo about the quarterbacks that he wanted to play with, Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes and stuff. Is Ryan Tannehill still starting there?
Yeah.
He's still right now.
Quarterback that's there.
It's Tannehill.
It's at the point of rebuilding right now.
Yeah, it's Tannehill, Levis, and what's his name?
I think it's Malik Brooks, isn't it?
Well, they said Malik might get cut.
Yeah, it's Tannehill, Levis, and you just called his name, Mark.
Malik Brooks.
Malik Willis.
Or Willis, yeah, not Brooks.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you figured that he wanted, at this point in his career, he's played with a bunch of garbage quarterbacks and stuff. He's been in bad situations and all that. And you figure he wants to try and go to a team that's headed for the Super Bowl. Now, you can say that Tennessee had been a good team a couple years ago, but they had finished the season last year with 7 straight losses. The reality being is there's expectations of, I'm going to be wanted, I'm going to be unemployed for like 5 minutes. But to turn around, nobody wants to pay you. And here's the thing that's kind of crazy is you're seeing players that have gotten beaten down where they're taking pay cuts to stay where they are. You had a running back for Cincinnati,
Mixon.
Joe Mixon. He was supposed to be getting a $9 million contract. He settles for $6 to try and make sure he stays there. Earlier, I was looking at a linebacker. Can't think of his name right now. It escapes me. But he's looking at saying, I'll take less money to stay here. So the NFL has achieved what they wanted to. Instead of everybody leaving and getting more money, they're staying and taking less. So I don't know how this bodes for, say, Saquon Barkley. You know, you're sitting here seeing Mixon taking $6 million. You're seeing Miles Sanders, 4 years, $26 million. You think that they're really going to pay him 16? That market's been reset, and I don't think that he's going to get that deal. Because we only have until tomorrow. We got 23 hours, less than 23 hours. And quite
I think you might.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think you're going to see money start to tighten up because that quarterback, now that the new deal's in place, quarterbacks are going to be anxious to get in on the take for the money too.
Oh, Own Cowboy Sports. Shout out to you, buddy, asking us. If you are a channel member, the link is actually in the community tab. So that's one of the benefits of being a member. So if you join and become a channel member, you can join the chat here as well. I've got Troy Daniels in the house. I've got Loyal Cowboys, which is James Nooks. We have Thomas Garrett, Ruben Walls, and Game Time is muted. I saw something yesterday. And let me say shout out to the ladies, Lady Libra, Angelica Barron, shout out to you. I know I missed Regina Green. What's up, Regina? How's everybody doing on this Sunday? I appreciate you guys taking time out. Watch them diet sodas, man. That shit's bad for you. There's fake sugar in there, man. Thanks for taking time out on your Sunday to join us here as we get ready for the football season. Broadcasting live here from the Red Brick House in the future spot of my studio here, and we're still getting all the bugs out. There's Gina Dallas Diva. What's up?
Believe it or not, Mark.
Yeah.
I've gone from like a 2 liter sodas a day down to a 17-ounce bottle.
Damn.
While I've been here.
Yeah, I used to drink lots and lots of sodas. I drink bubbly. And we're probably going to find out that the soda waters are going to be bad for you too. But
is that the bubbly?
Colors, no sweeteners, and all smiles. Okay.
Oh, I love those. Those are bubblies. I love those things.
They're actually really good. Some of the burn that you would normally get from that's what I like more than anything else. It's that burn that you get. But
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, did you see Law Nation yesterday?
I did not.
Where you had
He was like on a set or something, some kind of sports show or something like that.
Oh yeah.
They
were on Instagram. I think it's like an autograph signing, card show, radio broadcast. Kind of like what we do up in Chantilly and things. But yeah,
that was at
really cool.
SoCon. It was at SoCon in Dallas yesterday.
Yeah.
And they had Monty Smith on there on Law Nation.
Yeah, he's doing it up on that thing.
Yeah, they doing big things. Didn't they interview Terrence Steele not too long ago?
Probably did. Yeah.
You mean Terrence Williams?
Terrence Williams. That's
yeah.
All right, Terrence Williams. Got names mixed up.
Brian, we had talked about going to training camp, and Gina Dallas Diva, she's been to training camp, I know, and stuff. I don't know if you guys have seen what they're doing. Now, last year, I remember Law telling me, he's like, hey, they've got like a hospitality suite, which is like the end zone section where the players come out from the hotel and stuff to work out. They basically have it so they have these tents. It's, trees over there, so it's shaded. They have tables and all that. And if you are, I guess it's like an Ultra Club member, I think it's like $400 a year or something like that, you can go into that. If you've been to training camp before, there's the wall between the practice fields and the townhouses, and there's about 15 feet of width there, and it's a little bit of a hill. And when you get on that side, if you're on that side when practice starts, you got to stay there till practice ends. Well, they built scaffolding up on there to build a platform and a giant tent over top of it, so it's at the height of the fence over there. And it's a hospitality suite. So I'm assuming that your $20 True Blue membership does not get you over there for that hospitality suite. And so you're seeing, to me, and I hope this isn't the case, that training camp is now more of a pay-per-view type of a deal. It's all about grabbing the money to be there. Any thoughts on that from y'all?
Doesn't surprise me with Jerry Jones.
You know, it's crazy because it used to be, you know, one of those things that you wanted to do. You know, it used to be you had 2-a-day practices, and you knew if you showed up Monday, you're going to get practices until, you know, they get ready to go play a preseason game. Now you get 3 practices a week. And so if you're going out there to spend a week, the amount of money it costs you to get there, and now the access that you're getting is getting less and less unless you're paying a boatload of money. You know, in some regards, they're kind of forgetting about the fans that are the rabid fans that really look out for you and are the ones that are really the diehard ones. You know what I mean?
I don't like the commissioner at all. Roger Goodell.
Well,
I've been in for the Cowboys since forever.
Yeah.
he's in hot water right now. Not that nothing will happen to him, but
Hot water.
Yeah.
Roger Goodell with the whole, it's going to start coming out more and more that he had something to do with the whole John Gruden thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I saw that.
So
You know, hold it. Time out here. See, here's the thing. Here's what you don't understand. Money talks and bullshit walks, okay? You know, Roger Goodell gets paid like $50 million for one thing. You know what that one thing is?
to make the owners money.
Well, okay, 2 things.
Either that or punish the Cowboys.
That's all they care about. Yeah, I get it.
Bad guy
I
to
get it.
take the bullets for the owners. You think that
All
the
I'm
owners-
saying is-
you honestly think that the owners don't have any say over what Roger Goodell does? Roger Goodell is the fall guy. He's the guy that's taking all the bullets for them, and that's why he
But-
gets paid all the money.
I'm just putting it out there that John Gruden knows where some of the bodies are buried. And, you know,
If I
he
had
probably
to-
didn't have to.
I've heard that.
He probably didn't have to sign an NDA or anything like a Daniel Snyder did when he's going to get his money for selling the team. All I'm saying is it's slowly coming out that he, you know, which is not a surprise, but the fact that Gruden's coming forward and he's got his attorneys on case, it could be something big going forward. Not that he's going to lose his job, but Gruden will get some kind of money. But
He'll
you know,
get some
that's
money quietly, and it'll be
Yeah.
falling off in the sunset. Okay.
Yeah, that's what's going to eventually happen. Same thing with Michael Irvin.
I'm just bringing it up.
They gonna slide Michael Irvin a check under the table. They
Anytime.
gonna tell Michael Irvin, you know, hey, here's a check for so $1 million. Go your way, go ours. That's what's going to eventually happen.
You know, anytime
Yep.
that Robert Kraft could be in a massage parlor with sex trafficking masseuses that are in there, there's a videotape of him leaving, and somehow nothing happens to him. Nothing. There ain't nothing that Gruden can say or do that will get, you know,
Maybe it'll get him back in the league. Is what I'm saying.
well, he kind of has been working out with the Saints and stuff there and so on. But
I didn't mean to get you off. I was just, you know, bringing up something that you brought up. Roger Goodell. You know, he's not. He's not invincible. You think he is? Did he just sign a new deal, or he's gonna sign a new deal?
Originally,
Yeah.
the funny thing was, when he signed his last deal, they said that was going to be his last deal, and he was going to be out in 2023. But again,
Problem
he
is-
signed another one, and
I don't know who else is going to want to be there.
well,
you know,
right
commissioner.
now they're looking at expanding the league. That's the first of all, they got the 17th game that they wanted. Actually, they wanted 18, but they got that. And now they're looking, you can guarantee you within about 5 years, you'll start seeing some more teams that may be in Europe or maybe even in the United States, but there's going to be expansion. They got all the money now from gambling, and they got the new collective bargaining agreement. The owners are fat, and now they've got the players basically begging to stay where they're at because, you know, DeAndre Hopkins, you know, wanted to leave Arizona because everything was bad. and wanted to get paid. I don't know what. Did anybody hear what the deal is for how much he's getting paid for the Titans?
We were just talking about
Yeah, I have it in front of me.
How much is it?
No.
26 million.
26 for 2 years.
Here you go.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want the full story? You want me
Give me
to
the full
lay it out for you? All right. He signed. Titans wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins can earn up to $3 million a year on his 2-year deal contract if he meets certain incentives.
Wait a minute, $3 million a year?
No. In incentives to get the. Yeah, basically. See, that's why I'm hearing conflicting, because this says can earn up to $3 million in incentives. All right, via Ian Rappaport, NFL Network. Hopkins' contract calls for him to receive $250,000 for 65 catches, $500,000 for 75 catches. So it's not all that money that Thomas was saying. I saw the same thing.
So it sounds like it's more incentive laden than
Yeah. 750,000 for 85 catches, 1 million for 95 catches. The contract calls for 250,000 for 750 yards, 500,000 for 150 yards. Basically,
so there's no base salary.
Hopkins said he'll retire if he reaches the point where he no longer is able to be a 1,000-yard receiver. Yada
Yeah,
yada.
he said that a couple weeks ago. Now here's
So maybe that's just the incentive part. This is pro football talk, and they're not always the best.
but here's
So
the
I'll,
thing.
So they
Okay, so it's listed as a 2-year, $26 million deal, right? Which means
Right.
it's $13 million a year. He
Right.
was due like $29 million from the Cardinals, and you think about what Odell Beckham Jr. got. Sorry, that's chump change. That's almost like Michael Gallup money.
So we don't know what the base salary is at this point for the contract.
So if you're saying that $3 million's incentives, that's basically saying it's $10 million
I'm
a year.
thinking that's what I read off was all the incentives. I can go to Bleacher Report and get it. I think I did hear a 2-year 26. Maybe it's that plus an additional 3 possibly.
Another
That's
thing
probably
is,
what it is.
How much of it's guaranteed?
Yeah, that's true.
That's the big question there, is how much is guaranteed? Because
It's probably the total of his contract that I saw.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at it here through Bleacher Report. Titans agreed 2-year, $26 million amid Patriots rumors. But then it goes on to say the Titans are giving
deal 16 a year if he reaches the incentives.
Yeah, here you go. It's Ian Rappaport. 2-year, 26 worth up to 32 with incentives.
Gotcha.
He gets a base of $12 million a year with in year one. He gets $12 million in year one with a chance to get 15 in year 2. So that's where the $3 million in incentives
comes in. Yeah.
So, that's actually not a bad deal for him. It's not what you would have thought.
Not when you're sitting here looking at CD Lamb's about to probably get about,
But DeAndre's, he's over 30. So,
That makes me wonder when CD reaches that point if Dallas.
Well, CD's going to get a mega contract, so he ain't got. I don't know.
Yeah, sign that mega deal now before.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully they get it done. Dallas is sitting with just shy of $21 million. We've already heard that they're pretty much going to sign Terrence Steele. Will be the first guy.
Of course.
So
he's got a tore ACL. Of course.
Exactly.
That's how we do
it. It reminds me of the Jalen Smith deal. But with that being said, Terrence Steele doesn't have drop foot. Terrence Steele just had an ACL, which we've come a long way. What Jalen Smith had, nobody comes back from. It was unbelievable that he did what he did. So this is different, and it's smart. We've already identified how much locking him in, and like they said, he'll be ready for week 1. They just need to be ultra cautious based on what happened to Jabril Cox last year. Remember, he tweaked it. And Michael Gallup should not have been rushed. He should have started the year. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't think they should have brought Michael Gallup.
Yeah, looking back, it's easy to say now. I agree with you. But, I think it's a good thing. We've been talking about it. I think he's come along. Hey man, he's a homegrown guy. I like it.
I mean,
So
undrafted rookie free agent. You know, you look at how well the Cowboys have done with that. I mean, with Tony Romo, with him, as well as some other players, and Peyton Hendershot, another one last year who ended up being an undrafted rookie free agent that showed up and played really well for us. That's one of those things that the Cowboys are really, really good at. This is one of those things that I thought I heard, and I'm not sure if it is correct, and I've been trying to find it. And this is for one of those ones for all the people out there. The Eagle trolls are seeming to be a little bit low today. When I cussed them out last week, did they get their butts hurt, or is it that we're getting close to the season now, and that it's time to start paying all those checks they've been writing?
It's really bad weather here. You would think they'd be on their computers, right? They're not out and about. So I don't know. That's a good question.
The Eagles have been grounded.
Law Nation and Boss Cowboy, they was talking about the same thing yesterday.
About the Eagles fans slowing the roll?
Yep. And, Law Nation.
I didn't get one yesterday. I don't think I got one yesterday from Philly 500.
Is there something going on in Philly?
No, there ain't shit going on in Philly.
No Philly cheesesteak festival or anything?
Well, Philly 500 is in California, number one. So,
I know.
There ain't shit going on in Philly. That's a dead zone today. Got Philly's game on now, but
shout out to Linda joining in, our resident lady Eagle fan. Shout out to you. What's funny is I was sitting there thinking about. I was watching Pat McAfee. I've got a TV up here. Here in the Red Brick House and stuff. And I was watching Pat McAfee and what's his name? It's A.J. Hawk. And I started thinking about that Super Bowl team that was in Dallas that won the Super Bowl with the Green Bay Packers. And they had, I think, the number 2 or number 3 defense. And you think about A.J. Hawk and Clay Matthews Jr. and stuff on there. They had Randall Cobb and they were a loaded team. Young Aaron Rodgers, and you looked at them and said, "Oh my God, that team is built to last." But they never got anywhere close to where they were before, and so all these Eagle fans that are out there thinking that automatically because of what happened last year, that automatically it's going to be a repeat. The amount of games for injuries that you guys lost is just unbelievable. You really lost almost nothing in comparison to most teams. And to think that you're going to have that kind of luck next year and that everything's just going to go fall your way again, I just don't see it. But,
not to mention, you look at...
So what does that, say?
Yeah. You look at past Super Bowl history, and if that's any indication, the Super Bowl loser does not make the playoffs the next season.
No. Well, Atlanta did.
There might be.
Okay, you mean make the Super Bowl? Now, Atlanta made the playoffs the following year after having that extreme meltdown.
Chiefs did too.
Yeah. But you don't see them going to the Super Bowl since, I think, Buffalo back to back, right?
What's that? I'm sorry. I missed what you were talking about.
But they
repeat that. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're right. The Chiefs won
Super Bowl,
and then they lost.
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Well, I made a video the other day, and the stats I brought up did not include this team. And one of the Eagles fans had chimed in. Are you talking about a team losing, going back the following year to win?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happened. Funny enough, 70, 71, and 72. It happened 3 times in a row, but I missed, and for whatever reason, it happened with the
history doesn't count. Okay,
that was
the Super Bowl error. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All I was trying to say was I was making a video saying Eagles fans.
Oh, wait! Stop right there. Hold it. License break 13. Are you new here, buddy? Are you new here? Stop talking about the Eagles when your own team has problems. You know what, buddy? You are a guest in my house here, man. You're a guest in my house. I will talk about any damn thing I want to talk about. Any damn thing. And the fact that you're in my house and you're an Eagle fan gives me license to talk about your trash-ass team. Now, I don't want to lose my religion here on Sunday, But come on, dude. Don't come into my
It's
house.
my house.
Fan and say,
You don't like it?
talk
Well,
about
get the
to
fuck out.
my house.
If you don't like it, that's right. Get the F out. Get the F out.
Where'd that boot?
I lost my train of thought.
I wish I had
I can't.
my sound deck.
I can't
so
with
that
these
way I can
people.
play it, but that's okay. All right. You know, this is what is so stupid about you Eagle fans. You guys come in here, you talk trash about the Cowboys. When I respond, why are you always talking about the Eagles? Why are you here? Why are you here? Okay.
Right.
Especially on the Cowboys channel.
Damn. Dumbasses.
Anyway,
Dumbass.
what I was saying was the video I made, I missed a team. I understand how I did, but I did. But it did happen. Remember Dallas? It was basically it was 3 years in a row where a team lost to 70, 71, and 72. But I did. Yeah, it was Dallas beating Miami. Miami then beating Washington in the 14-0 season, and then Washington beating somebody the following year. So, it was the loser of the Super Bowl came back and win.
Raiders? No.
I'm not sure what it was
They lost to
offhand,
the Raiders.
but an Eagle fan, but
3 years in a row, the Dolphins
yeah. But it may have been. But I forgot about the Eagles beating New England, and then New England going back the next year and beating the Rams. I don't know why. So it happened 4 times in history.
But New England wasn't normal. Okay, what New England did,
but I'm
was
just saying
crazy.
it doesn't happen. It's very few. Just like winning the division back to back. I don't make up the rules. That's not opinion. These are hard facts. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Someone has background.
Hard
It may be me because of the AC that's above me and stuff that's on.
You can look at the. It's not you. I don't hear nothing.
Okay.
I'm on
somebody
top
told
of
me
it.
I needed to turn. Okay, I turned myself up.
No, I hear it.
Okay, so let me
You're
turn
fine.
myself down a little bit more. Okay, somebody said I needed to turn me up, so I turned it way up.
It was Angelica, but I think it's on their end because I'm normally on top of that. But
Let's see if
whatever.
that's better. Okay.
It's probably my oxygen machine that I use at night. I haven't turned it off yet today.
Okay. Well, somebody said I needed to turn it up, so I turned it up to make sure you could hear.
Oh, okay.
But I do have the ceiling fans on and the fan and things. It's a little bit warm up in here and stuff, so there may be a little bit of a fan sound from me. So if it is, sorry, but that's how it is in my house here. I'm trying not to sweat like a pig. But as we get here, so we've already heard that Terrence Steele, that they're looking at locking him up long term. I don't think that's a bad idea. We know that they're working on CD as well as Diggs, and they can get themselves some more capital when they go ahead and get Dak done.
Well, that's what I was getting to. If they get Steele done before camp even starts, that's huge because that's when they meet with the agents, right, Mark?
Yeah, and that's where also
Right.
too I was going to say that you may look and see the Cowboys doing a few signings. That's typically when they sign guys is when camp opens. Remember, we talked all off season about signing Anthony Barr, and I was in Oxnard the day that they signed him. So look for them
We got him this year, don't we?
Bring in some more guys.
Do we have Anthony Barr again this year?
No.
No, he's not on a team.
Deal last year.
Look for him to be a mid-season addition if somebody has an emergency, but I think he's done. Based on his play last year, I think he's done. Yeah. I think he's done.
Yeah.
I think we're done signing anybody else this year.
No,
other than our own.
No, you'll sign some role players and some lesser known guys in training camp. That's what the Cowboys always do.
If they don't have any injuries, like big time injuries, that's the only way they're going to sign anybody. They're going to focus on all of their new contracts. And unless they have an injury, they have a wealth of depth at a lot of different positions, defensive line being one of them.
Yeah.
you could see. God, I don't want to think about that. See, Mark, and I don't blame him. He loves training camp. You know what? Like, I like the start of football, but I don't like the idea of training camp because it just seems like it's going to go one of two ways. We're going to escape or we're going to get hit. And I'm going to be holding my breath the whole time because I don't want any injuries to that offensive line. That's all.
Yeah, that's it.
I still see it in my mind. Hey, Miss Gibson, shout out to another one of the lovely ladies. And Lady Libra, shout out to you for joining the chat. The thing to me, I still believe is, because they don't practice, it's kind of like working with your hands. You get used to it. The things I do with my hands, because I've been doing it for so long, they're calloused and all that, it doesn't bother me. Somebody who's new to this shit's going to be raw because their body's not used to it. So, and it's the same thing with football. I don't know how you learn. Okay, let me give you a perfect example. I don't know if you guys saw that short that I put out where I'm going up underneath this 220-pound power head, and I'm trying to take the bolt off, and it slides off, and I roll over, poof, and I catch it before it hits me in the head, okay?
I saw that.
All right? That's a reflex from doing something and muscle memory from basically playing football. If you never get tackled in practice, if you never tackle somebody to the ground, how do you know how to tackle anybody? How do you know how to fall? How do you know how to absorb the hit? The only time you're getting hit, because Dak Prescott hasn't been touched, he'll go through all of training camp and not have been tackled since the 49er game. And there's a lot to say about being, yes, you're going to get some injuries and stuff in camp, but you learn how to protect yourself. You learn how to fall. You learn how to gather yourself. You don't do that except on Sunday, a game at full speed. To me, it's like doing NASCAR. We're going to practice driving 55 miles an hour, and on Sunday, we're going to drive 220. You're going to crash. And this whole thing, we just want to get out of training camp healthy. Yeah, okay, I get that. But then you're going to go in the first game and not know how to protect yourself from your body.
No, I'm not saying don't play. I'm not saying don't play. I'm saying
basically that's what it's turned into. There is a maximum of 16 padded practices. By NFL rules, you cannot take a guy to the ground. Things like the Tennessee drills that we used to do, where you have a running back, an offensive lineman, a defensive lineman, a wide receiver, and a linebacker all lined up. And the running back's got to run through there, and you're going live. You can't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm just saying. They need it. It just seems like every year the teams lose major pieces off of something stupid, not even the contact. Look what happened last year. Now it was somebody who always gets hurt. He ripped his hamstring off the bone. So I'm just saying.
You know what?
Let's stay healthy, man.
Actually, if you remember, do you guys remember Micah Parsons literally shaking Tyron Smith the day before out of his boots? And it was the next day that hamstring went.
There's probably a slight tweak there.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. I mean, all these players are getting all this good money. Don't you think they would try to better themselves the next year and learn from their mistakes? I mean, instead of going on trips and all that, try to make it better, try to make them better,
Well,
training or whatever, conditioning.
East side's in the house.
Well,
we always see Zeke Elliott
working out. we always see the Zeke Elliott workouts, and we always see Dak and the guys and stuff together. They were I don't know if you guys saw them on the raft stuff all the last week of summer and stuff, having a ball together and bonding and things. And you always hear about players that are working out with each other, which is kind of still, to me, foreign when I think about, I could never see back in the day Washington players and Cowboy players working out in the offseason together. That just kind of blows my mind. Parsons in 3 years against Lane's son. Okay, all right, Twiz. All right. And in those... he's only been in 2 years. Twiz. He's only been in 2 years. This is his third year.
Yep.
Right? He said in 3
Yep.
years. No. Well, okay. Oh, are you counting his college? No, actually, he didn't play football 3 years ago. He sat out a senior
Quiz,
year in college.
Did you see the stats? That just, I mean, if you're gonna name stats, there's one player who leads the league in fourth quarter pressures on the quarterback, and his name is Micah Parsons. He leads the league on getting to the quarterback in the fourth quarter. That's all it's about. You could pad your stats like Hassan Reddick. You know, he had a great year. But if you put Hassan Reddick next to Parsons, 32 out of 32 teams would draft Micah Parsons over Hassan Reddick. So
there you go.
You pick your stats how you want. Who gets to the quarterback in the fourth quarter? Okay. And I will tell you, Micah Parsons, it's pure, raw athletic ability. He's only going to get better when he gets more talking to guys like Brian Baldinger, working with Andrew Whitworth, guys like that. All these offensive tackles love him. Why? Because they see what this guy is about and has. So keep it up.
Also get better with the interior defensive line being better, too. Because that will take some more of the pressure off of him. If Mozzie Smith, who is at the moment penciled in to be a starter, is any good, and Hankins, if they can hold the line in the middle so the quarterbacks can't step up, he will feast. He'll be a 20-sack guy.
Reddick, well, responding to Twiz, Hassan Reddick very rarely got a double team. And again, I tell you, ask any GM in the league, they will take Parsons every day over Hassan Reddick and twice on Sunday. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. You had Hargrave in the middle. You had that defensive line that you had to account for. Hassan Reddick, and these are just facts, man. I'm sorry, I know.
The license says he'll take Hassan any day.
That's cherry picking stats. Laugh out loud. Oh my God. Okay.
Cherry picking stats. That's not me. Those are the NFL people. Do you not listen?
Let me respond to the Eagle fans.
Fuck them birds. Fly, Eagles, fly. Now we shoot those birds out of the sky. Stupid dumbasses managed to give up a 3rd and 30 to my sexy arm. Pathetic defense and team. No wonder I own those piece of shit frauds every damn year. Don't get me started on the fans. You boo me while I earned a respected award. Losing the Super Bowl was just karma for you fuckheads. I can't wait to drop 100 on your heads next season while being the daddy of the NFC East again.
So
happy birthday, Dante.
It's so funny because somebody just said, "Oh, so pressures. How about sacks?" Well, he's had 24 sacks in 2 seasons. How about that?
He leads the league in 2 seasons. Again, we're just going to base everything off of 1 year because, oh, by the way, they led that year. Okay, well, it is what it is. Again, your own coach would take Micah Parsons over Hassan Reddick. Guaranteed. Don't. If they had, they would. They would.
More sacks. Reddick had more sacks than Parsons.
Last year, yes.
Yes.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he had a lot of sacks, yes. But Hassan Reddick didn't do half of the things that Parsons did on the field.
Oh, yeah.
He was all over the place. And when it counted the most, how did Hassan Reddick do in the Super Bowl?
He got burned.
That defense gave up multiple. That's what lost you the game. Jalen Hurts, it got you the lead. And Hassan Reddick and crew coughed it up yet again. But I'm hearing about how dynamic this defense is going to be. Good. Okay. So they won't give up 40 a game. They'll give up 35 a game.
45.
Whatever.
I'm saying 45.
I'm just cracks me up. But you know what? This is what time of year it is. So we can't say nothing until we could do it on the field. So they have all the leverage. We got talking. So whatever. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little salty if you guys can tell.
That's all great.
Everybody there?
It's all good.
What happened?
What happened with what? I still hear you, buddy.
Hello.
I can hear you, Brian. You're still there.
Uh-oh. Somebody not coming through?
I still see me.
Oh.
Dante,
You guys can hear me though, right?
shout out to Dante.
You nod your head if you can hear game time.
Hey, to Dante Cole.
No.
Ooh. He
Tell
got a
Mark Holmes in
new
the super chat that I'm turning 23.
Atlanta?
Samsung Galaxy phone.
Don't you start
Dante
either about
Cole,
the couch.
Happy birthday to you. You're 23 years old. God, I am old. Jeez.
You can hear who?
Life 2.5
Angelica or
times,
me?
buddy? 2.5 times. Damn. That's old. Everybody say happy birthday to Dante Cole. It is his birthday. Eagles made it to the big game and choked. We all hear you. Yeah, you're all good there, Brian. Plus Dak's 2 40 burgers. Actually, Dak has 3 40 burgers in a row, 40-plus burgers against the Eagles.
Yep. And I think he could have dropped 50 in one of these 2 games this year.
I would love to see that myself because
I think he will.
You know, I forgot. We can't talk about the Eagles.
Oh, that's right.
They are, sacred. The sacred Eagles we cannot talk about. We're not allowed. We're not worthy. Okay?
We're not worthy.
We're not
The Eagles
worthy
are anointed.
of being able to talk about the greatest team and talent ever amassed in the history of football. Right?
We're not worthy.
I'm sure somebody's going to cut that up and put it as a tape. Mark Holmes admits the Eagles are the greatest team. Yeah, Philly 500 will do that. I'm just excited that the season's almost here. That's all I can say. And I can't wait to hear what's going on in practice. I wish I was going, but, at least we'll be at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Right, prime time, game time? Oh, he dropped. Oh, he dropped.
He's rebooting.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to go. I can't guarantee, but I'm gonna try to make it over there to meet y'all.
Still can't make the big game. Well, Lice is black. You're having a hard time winning the big game, so we're about in the same boat. Jack just needs to get over that 49ers hump. Well, speaking of getting over that hump, this is, shout out to Law Nation and crew with the interview with Terrence Williams. Hearing Terrence Williams basically literally throw the play calling under the bus from when they were there with Tony Romo. That Romo would get a play and basically say, screw that, we're not doing that, and change the play up, and it ended up being a big play, a big gain there. The question is, should Dak Prescott do more of that himself? Just say, F that play, or do we look at it and say, we saw a lot of plays that we scratched our head with and said, what are we doing? Why are we doing this play?
To be honest with you, when we had Mr. Moore, Kellen Moore, I wish he would have told him. I wish Dak would have told him. F you, I'm doing whatever play I see fit.
Yes, because that tells me if you'd have done that, he would start ownership up. He would start taking ownership.
One of the things, you guys, whenever we do hurry up offense, you ever notice how effective hurry up and 2-minute offense usually is with Dak? It's
not
usually
very effective.
Really good. No, it's usually really good. I wish they would do hurry up more often. And I think the reason is because Dak is calling the plays, not Kellen Moore and some of the lame shit. What would always drive me crazy is we would go through, we'd have a good drive going, we're picking up 6-7 yards or so, and it's like 2nd and 3, and then we'll do a trick play and we lose 10 yards or get a penalty or some shit on it.
Yep.
Lola, Miss Hot Sauce, what's up? Here's another thing, and this is, I don't know if it's true or not. I was trying to find out if it was or not, but I had heard one of the talking heads say that Dak Prescott had more tight window throws than anybody else last year. Led the league in tight window throws. Now, here's the reason behind you lead the league in tight window throws, because your guys aren't getting open. If your guys aren't getting open, people say, well, Dak, why did he throw that interception? He should have just thrown away. If he threw the ball away every time that nobody was open, There've been a lot of times we'd be throwing out of bounds a lot. And what they would be saying is he's scared to pull the trigger. Sometimes you just gotta take the chance and go out there. But we were terrible at getting separation. Michael Gallup, Noah Brown, both of those guys sucked ass last year in getting separation.
I kind of wished we'd use T.Y. Hilton a little more.
Anywhere close to what he's been in the past, that's going to make a major difference in this offense. And if Dak can get some separation with these guys, he'll hit them.
I wish we would have used T.Y. Hilton a little bit more last year than we did.
Kellen Moore.
Yeah, I was Kellen Moore.
Logan Motorsports, Mark, I have a question for you. Do you watch Get Up or First Take or Sports Center? I'll get like the clips sometimes on YouTube. I do have a TV that's here, and sometimes I'll turn it on and it's just have noise in the background. But I can't say I sit there and I just watch the shows. I just don't have time to. It's Black Connection. This is not a house to sell. This is a historic house that I'm going to be keeping. This house was actually scheduled to be put in a landfill, and we ended up talking with the city and worked it out, and it's ours. And so we are in the process of saving it, and we're getting closer and closer to it being done. It's 80 something there. Damn, Gina, it's 80 something there. 80 something where? Keep us updated. Thank you. Oh, Keith. Well, definitely. I've got every bell and whistle on my phone and notification in the world. And, of course, I've got da-da-da, damn Gina as well. I must listen to Speak. Well, no, here's the thing. Here's what happens. With Speak, when they say stupid shit, everybody shares it. It goes around, of course, when Joy Taylor says that Dak doesn't have the talent to go to the Super Bowl and yada, yada, yada. That's everywhere. It's just goes anywhere. Troy, you look like you're falling asleep there, buddy. Your mic's been muted.
Contemplation. And watching the chat.
Okay. Anybody have concerns as we get ready to get into training camp here?
If we can avoid the injury bug, I think we'll be okay.
Well,
my only concern is just how well they're going to adjust to the West Coast offense and new play calls. That's about it.
Who was the offensive coordinator they brought in?
Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan.
Schottenheimer.
Schottenheimer, yes. Brian Schottenheimer.
But Mike McCarthy's going to be calling the plays.
Okay.
So I'm a little excited about it because I hated Kellen Moore.
Oh,
but at the same time, are these players going to be ready and able to adjust?
Good luck, Kellen Moore in San Diego.
Well, you have
because I think they got kind of spoiled with the Linehan system, and now they're going to be put to the test, I think.
Oh yeah.
Well, Law Nation was talking to Jermichael Finley today, and Law was asking Jermichael Finley about the West Coast offense when he played at Green Bay. And he told him, he said, hey, man, look at here. All that got to do is grab it by the horns. That's all he got to do. All he got to do is have that takeover mentality, and it's his.
Mm-hmm.
It's his. All he got to do is just take over and just say, hey, this is my shit. You either get on and ride or take your ass over to the sideline. It don't matter with me.
I don't have many concerns. I wouldn't voice them as concerns. You guys can hear me now, right?
Yeah. We can hear you before.
I heard.
I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know if you've ever had that, Mark, where all of a sudden your audio just stops and it's something stupid, but it was just I don't know. I just rebooted it and it worked. Whatever. But yeah, I don't have no concerns. I'm looking forward to Dak getting on the same page with Brandon Cooks. We already know he can throw the ball to CD. I want our young linemen to take step forward. I want, there's not really any concerns. We're a really, really good football team. I think Boyle did say that just us picking up the new offense, but they're not changing much. So I think whatever concerns that we may, whatever concerns we may have, I think are going to be, you guys, we're all going to be excited because I believe Dallas is going to surprise people early in the year with nobody's going to know. They're not going to show a lot in preseason. They're going to work on it.
Shit in preseason.
But you know what I mean? They're going to, early in the year, until people are going to read on how they're going to use these running backs, what actual changes. Most of the changes are going to be in the running game as far as the running plays called. Obviously, they're going to do a lot of slants and quick 1, 2, 3, get the ball out. They're going to do stuff like that, but they're keeping a lot of the playbook. It's not so much that it was more of, I keep saying it, Dallas didn't have a problem putting up yardage or points. Dallas, it's just when they played the really good teams, it was the adjustments, man. They just did not. Kellen just did not adjust well at halftime, and he was very stubborn.
No. It was green.
Arthur, definitely keep your eyes on the road and your hands upon the wheel while you're driving and watching. I just think about...
What's that, Loyal?
No, Arthur Macon said he's watching but can't comment because he's driving.
Yeah, be careful, man.
I just think about where we were last year because, Brian, last year, all off season, we kept talking about, how we were at linebacker, how we had nobody, and how we needed to go out and get Anthony Barr. We were talking about getting, he signed with the Rams, just re-signed back with Seattle.
Bobby Wagner.
Bobby Wagner with the
Wags.
Because we ain't got any linebackers and stuff. And so the big signing we had in training camp was Anthony Barr. But
I know. We were all, me and Thomas were like, yeah.
We went into last season wondering, first of all, is CeeDee Lamb actually a number one wide receiver? We literally went in there because we weren't sure. We went in there saying we need help at linebacker because when you looked at our linebacker, Luke Gifford, who's a special team standout, was actually penciled in as a starter. We were looking at so many different spots and wondering who it's going to be. We said starting week 1, we got CeeDee Lamb is the only guy who's caught a touchdown pass as far as our wide receivers. So as we go into this training camp this year, we are spoiled because you don't look and say, we got to, there's nobody you're saying we got to sign right now, are you, Brian?
No. Going into last year, Mark, we didn't know. We didn't know that CD wasn't. We all wanted CD to be the number one guy, but he hadn't been the number one guy before last year. Even the start of last year, he wasn't that guy. He went to New York and dropped that open ball for a touchdown, and then from that moment on, he just flipped a switch. And now
it's crazy after that.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if you look at all of the question marks going into last year and how it ended up, we don't have nearly amount of the question marks. We're literally nitpicking when we say, well, we got to hope that Dak and Brandon Cooks can get on the same page. We got to hope that Stephon Gilmore can do what he's done every year he's ever played football, which is be a lockdown corner. These are like
Kirk Cousins can read defenses, unlike Dak.
What are you talking about, my man?
He's smoking crack. You know what?
Brad, y'all 8 out of the last 11 games.
You know what? You're not even worth me talking about, dude. Just stupid.
Jalen Squirts was, I'm not even going to say it again. Everybody knew the deal. They had a deal in place for Russell Wilson because they weren't comfortable with Jalen Hurts' decision-making going into last year. This time last year, they were not confident at all, which is why they went out and said, A.J. Brown, we need you. We need you. We need you. We need you.
Ty Banks Live says, Eagles played in the Super Bowl, then drafted the best player in the draft. We'll see how that works, because I remember you guys talking about,
Jordan Davis.
Mr. Davis being,
and how great he was going to be, too, right?
How many injuries did he suffer last year?
Last year, talking about N'Kobe Dean. And
I just
Jordan
want
Davis,
everybody.
how great they were going to be, but that's cool. Okay,
You could
got-
take.
We'll see when they get out on the field.
Ask anybody in the know. You could take the Alabama team who won back-to-back national champions, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They would get their ass kicked against the Jacksonville Jaguars that same year. So you could have a stud D lineman. You could have all the Georgia guys you want. That don't compute in the NFL. I'm not saying he's not going to be a good player, but the worst NFL team would smoke all the college teams. That's just a fact. That's a fact. Because, oh, wow, I think they could compete. No, they couldn't.
No,
they couldn't. NFL, you're deep. Their worst player, you know what I mean? It's stop. But, again, this is what this time of year is, right? Until we actually kick off, kick the football off and the Eagles start choking early, until that happens, we got to take it because they did go to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Just be respectful, just be a little bit more respectful when you're going to quote stats, and give a little deference to the guy who beat your ass 8 out of 11 times.
You're
sorry for the language.
About being humble. We know Eagle fans aren't humble. But, it's all good because they've been writing checks. Well, the bills are coming due here real soon.
No, they're coming due. I got receipts right here. I got some receipts.
If the Eagles go back to the Super Bowl and win it this year, I'll be the first one to say, congratulations, I was wrong.
I'll kneel before Zod and, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I
will all hail the Eagles and everything else. But until that happens,
I will give you respect. But as of right now,
you're a one-year wonder, really.
Yeah, as of
in my mind.
And as of right now, and I told Mark last week, as of right now.
Oh, Rob A. Man, how times have changed. Rob, I live in South Jersey, my man. In the 90s, I said this last week. We would get our butts kicked at least once a year. We would never win in Philly, usually. I was there when Emmett ran into the line 4 times, and they stopped him again. Everybody was laughing. That was your Super Bowl. That was your Super Bowl that day, Robert. But guess what? We ended up going on to actually win the Super Bowl that year. So it was under Coach Switzer. So it's actually funny how it's role reversal. The only difference is we won 3 in 4 years, and if you don't win, there's going to be a lot of receipts coming back your way, my man. A lot. You won't show up if you guys win 10 games and are one and done. You ain't gonna be here. As Elena Walker would say, you gonna be on the couch.
Robert,
game time.
Let me get this.
Game time, Brian.
In here real quick.
Game time, Brian.
Go ahead, Mark, and then let Thomas go.
Robert Hart says, should we stick with Dak or draft another quarterback, Mark? Here's the thing. If you're actually talking about trying to get one of the franchise quarterbacks, you're going to have to move up in the draft and give up a lot of draft capital. And so, you start looking at what some of the teams have done to get guys like Kyler Murray and things like that, or Carson Wentz. Are you prepared to say, just think hypothetically, giving up Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb? Because that's what you're talking about with 2 number ones, or saying Mozzie Smith. Are you looking at saying, let's get rid of guys like that so we can get another quarterback? You're better off getting more talent to go around the quarterback. There's not a lot of good ones going
Good
around.
luck, Twiz.
I know the Jets think, we got Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers the last couple of years, his numbers are going down. He couldn't beat the Lions to get into the playoffs at home. He couldn't beat San Francisco in the first round for them at home against San Francisco in the cold.
And they were the 1 seed.
They gave up a king's ransom to get that guy. To me, what you do is you got a quarterback to me that's good enough to win, but you got to have everything together with it. You can't go in the playoffs and not have, lose Tony Pollard and say Noah Brown is my number 2 receiver. I'm sorry. You can say blame Dak all you want, but if he's having to throw more tight window passes than anybody else, what makes you think that a guy who's fresh off the salad truck is going to be able to do a better job with that with inferior talent? That's my take. And I know people are going to say, you're not really a fan of the Cowboys. You're just a Dak Prescott fan. Whatever. Go pound sand. David Wiley, what's up?
Hey, I can't believe you're leaving us hanging, David. Come on, man.
We had a spot for you, man. We had a spot. But, marriage trumps all. Okay.
I know. I'm playing with you, David. I'm playing.
I've got a comment on tight things.
Wait.
Go ahead, man.
But one more thing here. This whole bullshit of saying Dak
You got him
Prescott
fired up.
and Kirk Cousins are the same guy. Look at the receivers that Kirk Cousins have been throwing to in Minnesota. From Stephon Diggs to Justin Jefferson
And the running back,
everything
Mark.
else, okay? And having Dalvin Cook. We have never had completely all of the guys. Now, we had the end of Dez Bryant. We've had CD there for a couple of years. We've had Amari Cooper. But I don't know that any of those guys are Justin Jefferson. And I don't think Zeke Elliott for the last 4 years has been Dalvin Cook. So this whole thing, well, Kirk Cousins and Dak Prescott are the same. Shit. Okay, here we go. Yeah, and it's just like some of you guys will say, Derek Carr's great. He had Devontae Adams and couldn't win with that guy. Come on, man.
This goes out to Elena. This goes out to Philly. This goes out to Twiz. I'm going to say it, really. They've been hearing me say it. This goes out to who else was giving me a... this goes out to Logan Motorsports. This goes out to Rob A. Because now all of a sudden I'm quoting the 90s. All I was saying was, you're saying that we are excited to beat the Eagles. No, if you know anything about us, you know that, yeah, we like to beat the Eagles, but it's our main rival is always and will be the Washington team, whatever their name is. The Eagles, as of late, have been, since you guys have been more relevant, since I would say within the last 10 years is when the Eagles and Cowboys rivalry. You guys have always hated the Cowboys. Why? Because we've always won. And I have said, I think we've all said, you guys have had more recent success. Absolutely. We need to win another Super Bowl. Absolutely. For one, I'm tired of talking about the 90s. And I really am. I even said I'm not happy with the Netflix series where Jerry's going to make $50 million talking about the glory days. Could care less. I'll watch it.
Some glory holes.
But, we've said that you guys have been on the roll, but you act like you've won 2 out of 3 or you're some kind of dynasty. You've won 1. Again, okay. I don't know. You guys had a good run last year, and your defense coughed it up at the end. It wasn't NFL out to get you. You couldn't stop Patrick Mahomes. There's no shame in that, but you gave up another, what, was it 40 in the Super Bowl or close to it? 38?
I love the comment by Azteca Aguilar. Haven't seen you in a while. Shout out to you. Welcome back. We lost because of the grass on the field.
There we go. That sounds like a excuse to me. If that was Dallas, you'd be saying it's a big time excuse. It just would. That sounds like excuses to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got to lead with under 5 minutes to play, and you choked it up. So how could it help you? You went down and scored, and your defense couldn't stop them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're complaining about a call. Well, listen, man. When you hold a guy in the middle of his route, you got to call it. Especially after, you remember a few years ago, that play in New Orleans where the guy was hit. It was obviously pass interference, and they never caught it.
Yeah.
You have to call those type of plays. Do I like it? No, but nobody's out to get you. If anything, Eagles get more love than almost anybody these days. Everybody likes the Eagles. Am I wrong, people?
Oh,
yeah.
Everybody loves the Eagles. They're the darlings.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Because I like
now we shoot those birds out of the sky. Stupid dumbasses.
We get everybody's best game, so good luck this year. You're the representative. Everybody's gonna be up for you. You're not playing the last place schedule, so let's see what happens. Let's start playing games. But right now, you want to flex? Go ahead, flex. We're gonna flex back, and it'll be on the field, really. So,
hey, I wanted to go back and address the comment that Ty had made a little bit ago about tight end. He said that the Bills had stolen our tight end. Well, we had opportunity to come up and, ahead of Buffalo to get him. Obviously, we didn't want him. Otherwise, we would have come up and got him.
Yeah.
I mean, Dalton Kincaid, he's an excellent tight end. I watched him play here at the University of Utah.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, Dallas didn't want him for some reason. Otherwise, they could have gone ahead of Buffalo and said, hey, we'll give you whatever for your pick so we can take Dalton Kincaid. Didn't happen. We didn't want him.
Yeah. But to touch on it, it's funny how the Cowboys always get killed for their draft picks. I remember back when the Cowboys drafted, they moved back and drafted Travis Frederick and ended up getting Terrence Williams with the extra pick. And they got clowned. Oh, my God, they drafted a center? How stupid is that? You could get a center in the second round. And Travis Frederick was really good. And you ended up getting Terrence Williams, who was a decent receiver as well. They killed us because they said not Jalen Smith. Micah Parsons had character issues and things. And, we really should have gotten the cornerback and stuff, right? They killed
Mark,
Tyler Smith. They said Tyler Smith, that we should have went for the center. I can't remember the center that was there. And I'm like, center, we got problems at tackle and, guard. But always they keep telling us that we screw up in the draft. But for some reason, we got a team that's built with players that they found. It's not a team that they went out and had to buy from free agents like the Eagles have.
Yeah.
Mark, what's so sad about all of this is all the people that say that's falling in love with them now.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles are the darlings, Thomas. They are. And the Eagles are the darlings of the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody loves the Eagles. They're all on there. You'll get Rich Eisen, because he's a Jet fan, talking up the Jets, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. They're going to be better. But do you really think they're going to the Super Bowl? They have no chance in hell to beat the Bills or the Dolphins. That's just my opinion. But
and I will be at that Dallas Jets game too.
You're going to? Yeah, everybody's going to that game, man.
It's in New York, isn't it?
No, it's in Big D.
Oh,
it's in Arlington.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think, I don't know, man. It's just time to play some ball, man. That's just why we got to get through this preseason, do what we got to do, come out relatively healthy, and let's start playing football, because these arguments are getting tired. I'm sure the Eagles fans, they're in a position of strength because they were just in the Super Bowl last year. So, all right, I got you. We need to put that behind. At some point, you guys can always bring up your Super Bowl. And I can't say nothing. But if we win the next one, then watch out, because, I mean the next one between Dallas and Philly. Then what are you going to say? But we got to do it. We got to do it.
Cloud Coffees, I'm a Cowboy fan. I even can respect the Eagles. Are you sure you're a Cowboys fan and can respect the Eagles? That sounds kind of like an oxymoron.
I respect the Eagles, but not so much the fans. And I don't mean everybody, Twiz, so calm down.
Until we get rid of Dak.
Nah, that's bullshit, Mark. Come on. Dak owns your ass. It's funny how you lose to a guy, all right? You can't beat him. So you got to result in, you're going to go with the odds and go with the other 30, the other 30 teams in the league. That's what they do. They go against, as long as Dallas doesn't win the Super Bowl, their lives are good. I got news for you, Eagles. Up until this year, I could give a crap if you guys went on to win. If we lost, that's all I really cared about. I was upset that we lost. That's not how the Eagle fans roll. We
talked about
it's a two-way go here. They want to win and they want Dallas to lose.
There you go. Eastside, couple things, Eastside. Okay, you jackass.
Noah Brown, baby.
We did a video as soon as Hopkins signed. We talked about Hopkins and his $26 million and $6 million incentives for the 2 years, and so on. Okay? And it's funny because in the offseason,
why do we
there's
care?
not a whole heck of a lot to talk about. So
no, there's not.
If DeAndre
Meltdown, Logan
is rumored to go to the Cowboys, of course, I'm going to talk about it. What do you want me to do? Just sit around and talk about nothing? This is what YouTube is, okay? As opposed to, everybody coming up with bullshit like Somebody shared with me a YouTube video with a talking head that was saying NFC teams that would trade for Dak Prescott. And basically the only one he said was the Cardinals.
Rob, what are you smoking? Wentz did not own the Cowboys.
Go ahead, show them the clip, Mark. You have it on your travel.
Wentz,
Oh my God. He's only beaten the Cowboys.
Wait. Let's back
twice.
this up. How could Wentz own the Cowboys? And the Cowboys were 8-3 against
8-3. Well, Dak is 8-3.
Okay,
Yeah.
8-3. And did Wentz play the first game we played them?
No.
He could
He's only beaten them twice.
Bro.
Listen,
Revisionist history, man.
Yeah, you can't argue with revisionist history.
Can't argue with the crackhead.
Logan says he loves the Cowboys and Eagle fans trash talk. Logan, I'm not going to have a meltdown. It's just, you got to put yourself. I know what you guys must have felt all those years. The difference is we won time and time again. Now, if you go on to win this year, like we just talked about, then there's not much. Then this time next year, I can't say shit because you did it yet again with another quarterback, with another coach. Because you guys got to remember, you had some players that are still not many players from that Super Bowl team are on this current Eagles team. Howie hit a home run last year. Let's see what he does this year. Let's see what he does. And it's going to be fun, but it is frustrating that you guys won't give Dak any credit. We're not saying he's the best. That's the difference. You guys want nothing less than to say Hurts is top 2 or 3. Based off of last year, yeah, he is. Off of 1 year, yep. Now, if you take that and go 2 years, he's the middle of the pack at best. But if you're just going to stop at the end of last year, what have you done for me lately? And I understand that. Dak has a lot to prove this year to shut people up. That's what it is.
Will he be a one-hit wonder?
Probably. I think he's going to be good.
If you ask me, everybody's talking about who's under pressure. Harry Roseman's the one that's under pressure because you get rid of 8 of your players who was on the Super Bowl team was 7.
Yeah.
Who was on the Super Bowl team last year.
And you go young at a place that it's tough to go young.
Right.
You're going defensive line, you're going young. Okay. It could change quickly.
And you figure out of mind, out of sight. You went to the Super Bowl last year. You would have thought that you would have picked up some free agents in free agency this past season with the football players thinking, well, Billy, they went to the Super Bowl. I want to come help them out to get them over the hump, and they're already a good team. You didn't pick up nobody. You end up picking up all of these college players from the University of Georgia. They're not going to do it.
You got one dude on the defensive line that
you said, Mark, they're not ready.
You're relying on Golden Corral on the defensive line. He can't stop him putting a sandwich in his mouth. Jordan Davis.
Golden Corral. No, you did. I'm like Golden Corral.
And it's not even good. And it's not even good food. But like what I'm trying to say is, you lost Hargrave, and you're talking Jordan. Say if you're not talking Jordan Davis, then you're talking Carter out of Georgia as a rookie. Mm-hmm. Jordan Davis, we gave up more for and had less question marks than Carter did.
Who's that Golden Corral?
I don't know, man. What is he talking about? Are questions on that Eagle defensive line. Do I think it's going to be good? Yes. Is it going to be what it was last year? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think the offensive line is great. For the Eagles, which is what helps Hurts, and that's not a bad thing.
Jordan Davis is not ready.
Jordan Davis has a lot to prove, people. Nakobe Dean couldn't get on the field. Yet we're writing thumbnails, Philly 500, Philly 500, about, he's going to be all over the field. He couldn't get on the field, let it be being all over the field. It's like little Dat Win running around there, and I love Dat Win, but, that would be great if he could beat Dat Win. But I don't know, man. It just
okay.
I've got to go back to Brian.
Maybe it's Western Sizzler. Maybe it's Sizzler, not Golden Corral. Yeah, whatever.
Davis is definitely in shape for one of those two places.
I like myself some Sizzler. They moved up. Well, I don't think we have any Sizzlers around here.
Oh Lordy, I haven't seen a Sizzler in forever. I didn't know this.
I like the Sizzler.
Oh, we got them out here.
Yeah, they have them out.
They're they're almost on every corner out here.
Yeah, I like the Sizzler.
Oh yeah, they're good.
Oh,
Get a good. That's like the old
I got one.
Ponderosas. You guys remember the Ponderosas?
Yes, sir.
You know, here's what you can do, buddy. If it's embarrassing for you to be a Cowboy fan here, then don't be here.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Listen, man, I got nothing to be embarrassed
Nobody
about,
said-
man.
You'd have to be here. You choose to come to my house. So don't come to my house and insult my people, okay? We are Cowboy
Tell
fans.
that fool to
And,
get
you know, we're talking about what we
Mark,
want to
tell that
talk
fool to
about.
get to stepping.
If it embarrasses you, get the fuck out. How about that?
I want another Super Bowl. Not for me. But yeah, I do want it for me because I'm now in the YouTube and I'm meeting everybody on here and I'm constantly talking to seems like a lot of Eagle fans. So I want to win one just to kind of be on, all right, let's start now. Now we got one. Now you're on the defensive because now it's 6-7 years out since you had one. But other than that, I could lay my head on my pillow at night and go to sleep knowing that I've seen actually I was alive for 5. I don't remember the first. You know, I can go to bed comfortable. Now, my kid, he needs to see a Super Bowl. We all do, right?
Yep.
But, you know, I can lay my head down knowing that we've been to the mountaintop time and time and time again. The Eagles have been there once. They've lost, 3, Mark?
They've lost.
You've lost 3
Oakland.
Super Bowls, Philly?
They lost
3.
to Oakland.
Yeah.
You've lost 3 times. So odds are you get there and you're going to lose the 3 out of every 4 times you go, just as a franchise, you know. So if you're happy with going, I wouldn't be. I want to win. You should have won it last year.
Truth in advertising, we have lost 3, but we do have 5 wins. So
Yeah, but
Yeah, but they were against 2 Pittsburgh teams in the 70s that were really good. I mean, we had it.
They're actually saying those Steelers teams were rated like number 1 or number 2 of all time, up with the Niner team with Joe Montana. You know, come on, man.
I mean, if Jackie
I
Smith
know.
doesn't drop that touchdown pass, we win that game.
Just hey guys in the chat, just you remember you're talking to a Dallas YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We're gonna fight with you guys. Doesn't
Thomas
mean there's
doesn't
not love
fumble
there. We're just gonna
Baltimore,
fight
we
with
win that
you.
one.
we love the Eagles. That's not us.
I get a lot of crap from people because I give the Eagles too much credit, but I know they're good. But are you gonna win this year? I'm gonna say no. You're gonna win 11 games, maybe a playoff game.
Those 3 losses that
Maybe.
we had in the Super Bowl by a combined 11 points.
There you go. There's some stats. There's
11
some
points.
stats there.
How about the Eagles fans? Your 3 losses? How much? What was your point margin? Probably more than that.
Yeah, well, the Raiders.
Yeah, the
The Raiders smoked you.
Oh, they
Eagles
smoked
choked in that one. I remember that in New
Oh, I
Orleans.
do
They were
too.
partying all, for days leading up to the Super Bowl. That was crazy.
Yeah, they thought they had.
Yeah,
the
I
Deion
remember that.
Branch ran all over. Yeah, he was catching all over you.
And I remember
Jim
Donovan
Plunkett.
Knapp throwing up at midfield too.
Yeah, he was puking in a huddle.
Jacksonville.
Sorry.
Yeah,
T.O. lambasted him.
yeah, there you go. To lose twice to Pittsburgh by a combined 8 points, four points in each of those Super Bowls.
Do you
Going
believe?
toe-to-toe.
Yeah. Do you believe that? Who was it? They were talking. Philly 500 is comparing Dak to Donovan.
Oh my God!
Now, don't get me wrong. Donovan was a hell of a quarterback. He made it to 4 champions. I'm not going to demean Donovan. He had something in him though that he couldn't play with guys that were outspoken. Like a T.O. instead of just being quiet and let T.O. be T.O. Kind of like what Irvin was with the Cowboys. Irvin was the man on that team. And Aikman let him be the man. You know what Aikman did? He handed the ball to Emmett and got the ball on play action to Michael. That's what he did.
We're going to play a little something. Somebody asked,
That
is it
subscribe
true
button and join the notification
that an
squad
Eagle
for
fan
updates on
ate
all the
horseshit?
latest. I'm your host, Britt
Oh,
Johnson.
here we
You can
go.
follow me on
Okay.
social media at I am Britt Johnson. But George,
And
they
the
have
nightmare
finally
continues?
done it.
Oh my God.
Despite being one of the
Okay,
oldest
hey,
franchises in NFL
You know,
history, the
Louise.
Eagles have
Eagles
never,
fans are talking about
ever won
history.
a
Why
Super
can't we
Bowl
talk about
prior to the
history?
Yes,
inception
it
of
did,
the
Sugar
NFL
Daddy.
Super Bowl.
Get to eating poop.
Philadelphia Eagles finally have won their very first.
Okay, they finally won.
Despite
one.
being in the same division, the NFC had in winning
Okay.
5.
Philadelphia.
Okay.
He's on a roll, baby. There
Let
he
me know in the
goes.
comments below. Well, since the Eagles fans are new to winning, it seems like they don't really know
Oh
what
my
to do
gosh,
yet.
Kelly.
Check out
Oh
this
my
video of
gosh.
how the Eagles fans
Good.
decided
He's
to
gonna
celebrate
kill me.
winning Super Bowl
Angelica is on a
52.
is on a roll. Angelica doesn't even have it. Michael Dana, what up, my man?
I was rooting for you, Philly. We were all rooting for
sorry.
you. And seriously,
Linda Conyers, how are you, Linda?
Hey,
Nick Foles available. Richmond 555. Nikki 6.
Y'all
They made a
nasty.
statue for Nick Foles.
Is Nick
No,
Foles
Nick Foles.
available?
available. Yeah, there you go.
Oh boy. Okay, so
McNabb retired ringless. All I was saying was McNabb always beat us, but that was our
Yes.
downtime. But you know, I'm going to give them credit. They had a good team, but
They
they. I know of two major, colossal chokes were in championship games against Tampa Bay and against the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
At home.
At home, of all places.
That was horrible. So, you know, again, you get there, you get that far, you got to get over the hump. So, if you want a consolation, then I'll give you a consolation. Hell of a job.
you know, I have to say we have been giving the Eagles too much talk time here on this channel.
Well, they're in your chat. We got to, you know, we can ignore them and just, you know, I don't know.
That might be the thing to do, but you know, we're getting ready to get out of here in a few minutes, and let's talk about the Cowboys.
gotta go
and
and-
the outlet.
All right.
You know.
You keep saying that. Well, bring something up. There ain't much to talk about right now, Mark, except,
That's the good news.
yeah, I know. Just not
There's
much
nothing
right
to
now.
talk about other than Terrence Steele might be getting his contract, and hopefully everybody's getting healthy, you know, or will be healthy going into camp. We don't have to worry about Michael Gallup and his recovery. I guess we do have to worry about Terrence Steele and Tony Pollard being ready to go. But you're right. There's nothing to talk about. Although Zach Martin was voted as one of the top 10 offensive linemen, voted the top interior offensive lineman by ESPN.
Good. So what do the Eagle fans think about that? Is that like we're not going to use that stat, or we're going to use that stat? We're allowed to? Are we allowed to do that?
Well, they're going to say, you know, that NFL personnel and stat guy and you know, front office people don't know what they're talking about. That's what they'll
Okay.
say.
There we go.
All right. Well, if that's all there is to talk about, then we're going to go ahead and get out
Well,
of here, and I'm going to.
you gotta
ahead
get
and
back to-
the red brick house here.
Yep.
I've got
What's
some
your
more
plan?
sanding and nailing
Yeah.
and all that good stuff here. I'll be working probably till about 10 o'clock or so tonight trying to get this stuff done. Final thoughts from you guys? Let me say thank you to everybody that's in the chat here. Final thoughts, everybody?
Oh, Mark. Martin Smith has a nickname,
What's his nickname?
Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tart.
Jesus. Do I want to know why? He
Yeah,
likes Pop-Tarts?
I got to hear why did he give him that one?
Well, you know, he didn't tell it. He didn't tell it. You know, he was talking with Law and Boss Cowboy yesterday at SportsCon, and you know, he was, you know, I think it was Boss Cowboy had asked him. He said, "Do you have a nickname?" And he said, "Yes, I do." And you know, it was like, "What is it?" And you know, he didn't want to tell it at 1st. And finally, he just said, "Yeah, they used to call me Pop-Tart."
Well, maybe he liked Pop-Tarts growing up, but I'm going to tell you one thing. I was at 7-Eleven yesterday and I saw these mini Pop-Tarts. I said, I'm going to try those.
Oh,
That was
jeez.
the nastiest Pop-Tart. I was like, I ate two of them. I was like, I threw that shit away. I was like, man, them mini Pop-Tarts were nasty. But be that as it may, I'm just ready for the season to get here. That's all I'm ready for.
Yeah, it's just getting old. It's getting old.
I can't wait to find out. But I got something here that Brian will definitely remember.
Okay. Woo. Okay. Well, we're definitely going to have some reactions to all of this with you guys. I can see that we're going to have to get him a lollipop or something because he is definitely pissed off. But I'm not going to say that he's got to be all-pro defensive line.
All right, we're going to get him a lollipop because we were pissed off at the draft.
Oh yeah.
You don't remember. You're like, what the fuck was that?
No, I can't hear it, and I'm not watching it because there's a delay. So you said you get a lollipop. You were for Randy.
Get him a lollipop because he was pissed off. That was our buddy.
Randy's
pissed off. Randy was pissed off about Mozzie Smith. All right, good people, we're gonna roll up out of here, and I appreciate everybody being here. And we'll have more, of course, if anything breaks. But it's time to turn out the lights. This party's over.
The lights, the party's over. They say that all good things must